not the Niners are 6-3.
Yeah.
Let's analyze where they sit in the playoff picture.
Mm-hmm.
They're in first place in the NFC West.
Mm-hmm.
Seahawks are 6-3, but they lost a game in the division. The Niners are 2-0. But still, they're close.
Yeah.
And Eagles are 8-1. Dallas is also 6-3. So let's look at where they are in terms of
Lions are 7-2. They're the third seed right now.
They're the third seed.
Yeah.
Yes. Yep.
Yes. So in the NFC West, like you said, they're tied 6-3 with Seattle. Seattle, it's funny. Seattle's actually 6-3, but they've only put up 200 points and gave up 201. Where the Niners have, I don't know. It's interesting. You've given up more points than you've scored, but you're 6-3. So
yeah,
the 49ers are 250.
That's to me the mark of a team that might be kind of good in close games as opposed to the Niners. I'm just saying,
experienced. At least
experienced. Or maybe they're just fraudulent.
It could be another option too. Yeah, and we'll find out soon. The Niners have put up 252 points and only allowed 143. So the games they're winning, they're blowing people out. So this game against Seattle, honestly, before the season, I had this as a loss for the 49ers, the first game in Seattle on Thanksgiving. I had them going 5-1 in the NFC West, splitting with Seattle, in Seattle, coming back and beating them when they come back to Levi's. I don't know if I think that's going to happen now. I'm a little bit more confident in the 49ers. The Seattle's a good team, but I don't think they're quite on the level as the 49ers. But interconference or interdivision games are always tough. So we're going to have to see how that one plays out. I don't know. But as far as the big picture, Grant, the Lions and the Eagles are both ahead of the 49ers, but they got just as tough, if not tougher, schedules. Go ahead.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, really, you don't want to face the Lions. They have a good offensive line. I'm trying to think about the week one. In the playoffs, if the Niners are the 3 seed, who are they in line to play in the first round of the playoffs? How does that work? I forget.
So let's see how many teams are in the playoffs this year now. What do
so
they do?
2 faces 7, 3 faces 6, and 4 faces 5. So the Niners would face the Cowboys in the first round if they played today,
which could be interesting. Playing them again, I don't know. I don't think. I know we smacked the hell out of them, but playing a team twice like that is tough, and be like the third time in the last 3 seasons. So I don't know. Not really. I'm not too scared of the Cowboys, honestly, based on what they've done against us. They don't really scare me. What does, like, the 49ers, to me, they want to jump up as much as they can. And, we're looking at the Lions schedule. The Lions have to play Lions schedule is actually not that bad, actually, now that I'm looking at it. They play the Bears, the Packers. Yeah, the Lions are going to secure that 7-2 spot. The best team they play is the Vikings. They got to play them twice. Outside of that, not a challenge. Now the Eagles,
the Niners looking at maybe the 3 seed, but that's not necessarily the worst thing.
It could be the 3 seed. Yeah, I think 3 seed's actually realistic. But when I look at the Eagles, though, I'm being real. The Eagles got a tough ass schedule, man. They play the Chiefs, then the Bills. Then they play the 49ers and the Cowboys, Seahawks, and that's pretty much it. They play the Giants and the Cardinals. Play Giants twice in the Cardinals. Not really worried about that, but they do have to play the Chiefs, the Bills, the Niners, and the Cowboys and the Seahawks. So you could see the Eagles drop down. The Lions might be the number 1 seed when all this is said and done. I know that sounds crazy, but it could be. And then
my thing I want to see with the Niners is the fatigue. I want to see that. Like, they got gassed after 8 games. Now they got probably a long road, probably no more bye weeks, a lot of travel. Man, you've played so many football games the last 2-3 seasons. Really want to see how this team finishes up, because it seems like when they're fresh and healthy, they're almost impossible to beat, but they're not going to be fresh and healthy that much longer.
I'm telling you, Grant, those 2 games, the 2 games that are going to make or break this playoff seeding for the 49ers is that back-to-back Thanksgiving in Seattle and then the Eagles in Philadelphia. What they do in those 2 games is going to decide pretty much where they're going to be in the playoffs, and could be a deciding factor in the season, because home field advantage is important for teams.
Completely agree.
Yeah. I mean, there's a possibility the Niners don't win the NFC West. That's still a possibility. Like, they're tied with the Seahawks. If the Seahawks split and Seahawks have a better record, I mean, the Niners might not win the NFC West. They'll still make the playoffs. But, I mean, it's still a possibility. I think they do. I think they split with the Seahawks and they win. But, I mean, those 2 games, that's everything. Seahawks and Eagles.
Tom Jensen says Niners probably play Seattle wild card, then in Detroit for divisional, then Philly. Shout out Tom Jensen, does a great job writing for my site, si.com.
Tom?
Has his game review up right now. You should read it. It's phenomenal. I don't think that's great if the Niners have to go to Detroit. It's a dome. It's a turf field. The Niners are all in their heads about turf. And I think it's a tough matchup for them too, because they have the offensive line to at least survive the 49ers. And if you can block their front, I mean, you got Ambry Thomas out there. You know, you got their corners aren't that great. Their safeties aren't that great. So all of a sudden, you got a quarterback who can sling it with some time. I mean, we saw what Kirk Cousins did. So we'll see. But Joe Burrow did.
Yeah. The season better not come down to whose offensive line is better, which is basically what it came down to last year.
That's correct. All right, everyone. It's lunchtime. Thanks for watching. The Monday morning show is officially over because it ain't morning anymore. Ryan, great to see you.
Let me say something, Grant. First of all, congratulations to you on 70,000 subscribers. That's huge. I don't know if you talked about it yet on your show, but that's fantastic. I started following Grant. He had 1,000 Twitter followers and no YouTube channel. And I've been able to watch him grow this whole time. And it's fantastic, man. Congratulations to you. That's phenomenal.
Thank you, man. You've grown a lot. You've been doing this a long time, but on YouTube, you've grown a whole lot. You got a lot going on right now. I'm really proud of you. Doing great.
Man. Thank you. Thank you.